Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching the Locker Room Daily Reporter, TLDR for short. I have spent about a day with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and for the most part, have it ready to use, and have been using it. Is a device that I was honestly surprised by in some good ways, and also in some not good ways. So I plan on doing 10 things I like or love about this iPhone, as well as 10 things that I hate. So if you listen to this video, you got to listen to the other one, okay? There'll be two separate videos. Let's go ahead and start with the first thing that really jumped out at me, especially in my initial impressions. I'm just going to underscore this. It's largely been a fluid experience and reminds me a lot of the fluidity on leading Android devices that also run 120 hertz screens or at 120 frames per second. Though I will say I do find Android a bit more responsive at that frame rate than I do iOS, but to me, like, they're equally as fluid. So that is absolutely something to love. I'll even go as far as to say adore. So the fact that even though Apple has not perfectly polished everything within iOS 15 in terms of the ProMotion display with core animation fixes that they say are in the works, I assume they'll get pushed soon. That should not stop you from enjoying the device today. It could only get a little better. And then, of course, third-party app developers. Another thing that I like and or love is that the transfer or the restore from my previous iPhone, the iPhone 8 Pro Plus Premium Platinum, was seamless. Like, I have not done a transfer like that in eons, and I'm shocked, genuinely shocked. To me, the Apple that I miss is wrapped in that feature. They made it so simple, so seamless. That was the best of Apple. The transfer was it was magical. That's the Apple I miss, because there hasn't been that magic in years. I'm serious. It's something as simple as that, because it was so easy. It was so clean. It was straightforward. It worked. And it worked well. So that to me was a benchmark feature. And I know that's iOS, yes, but the fact that it was a part of the experience of getting this thing going, I thought it would be worth bringing up. Another thing that I like is that the wireless charging works with my current adapters. My wireless adapters, I've got the Millennium Falcon. I also happen to have a wireless charger in the car, so I'm able to use that, and I have, because I was going around. If you haven't noticed on our Discord server, as well as my Twitter account, I've been posting side-by-side photos. Right now I'm doing some comparison shots between a Samsung device and this iPhone. So I've had a chance to charge it wirelessly. So that means I don't have to worry about holding on to a lightning cable or adapters. I'm done with lightning in every way, apart from when I connect it to this particular PC when I'm live streaming on Twitch, as I do every night at 6 p.m., and I'm actually recording this live on Twitch right now. Another thing that I like is that the cameras, speaking of live streaming, are perfect for the live stream setup. I did plug this in last night on the live stream just to see if they worked, and I was able to flip between the regular lens, the zoom lens, as well as the wide-angle lens, and they all worked perfectly. I didn't have a chance to try the portrait mode, because there was something that I guess I also needed to do with the software, but I feel that I'll be able to dial in the color profiles on all three of those lenses and be fine to be able to use this. My primary use case is specifically using this as a three live camera options off to the side. Another thing that I happen to like is that you can mitigate the poor keyboard experience with Gboard. So I know this is more about the iPhone, less about iOS, but the two kind of go hand in hand. The keyboard is very frustrating to me. It works, but it's ducking awful. So Gboard is awesome. It's like one of the best virtual keyboards I've ever used. So the fact that I can swap it out was awesome. Another thing that I happen to like is that pretty much all of my apps, if not all of them, are already compatible and optimized specifically for this screen. So I didn't have to worry about waiting. And a lot of the apps that I have, and I really don't hold on to a lot of apps anymore. I have like just a handful. I mean, I used to have like hundreds hundreds and hundreds, and then they just stopped getting updated, and they no longer worked, or whatever it happened to be. So I eliminated a lot of that cruft as I minimized my use case for the iPhone, and I'm happy to say that what I did try looked clean, as clean as it possibly could on a screen like this. Another thing that I happen to like or love, and I don't know how many people are really, mentioning this, but I always liked, liked, I guess I could say also, the earlier design of the iPhone. I think it was the iPhone 4. And this is like if someone blasted a grow ray on the iPhone 4, because I love the flat shape. I love the flat screen, the flat edges. I mean, not just because I haven't tried this yet. I've got the case on, so I'm not sure if it's going to stand up very well like that. But theoretically, it could if I didn't have the case on, possibly. But I love this physical design, and that's not something that I necessarily talk about when it comes to devices. Rarely, if ever, do I comment about the design of the actual hardware. But that's something that I do really like this design. Another thing that I happen to like while we're talking about the hardware itself, the flat screen. I don't like tapered edges. I don't like curved edges, waterfall, or whatever the hell they're called. I'm not a fan of those types of edges, but the fact that it's got a flat screen is perfect. Now, I'm going to give you a little bonus here. There's a rim or a lip on the case. This is an official case. So I even though that's not the iPhone, this is something that would go with the iPhone here. There's a lip on it, and that's something that I always look for with cases, because if you've ever dropped your phone, and I am prone to dropping my phone, especially when I'm moving around and taking it out of my pocket, taking pictures, you never know what's going to happen. If it lands on its face, there's a greater chance that it's not going to hit the ground because of the lips. So even with the case on, I'm not going to say that the iPhone 13 Pro Max is small, because it isn't, but the case doesn't add much weight, if any, and I like the grip of it. I have not gone with a naked phone, nor do I carry my phone naked, TMI, or was it? It doesn't add that much bulk, and I've always, going all the way back, had a case on the device, and it looks nice even when it's not turned on. See, that to me is where the design wins, when you're looking at it and it's not on. Because like when it's on, the only thing you're paying attention to is what's on the screen, not anything else, which always makes me kind of laugh when people like are hating bezels. I'm like, bezels weren't evil. Let me put it this way: if I had a choice, I would choose a bezel at the top than the notch, if I had a choice. Or at least Apple using software to mitigate, or like doing a full-on dark mode, like lights out, AMOLED type of blackout behind the time and the whatever notifications in the upper corners. I'm still trying to manage my way through navigating, and it's not been fun. So the last thing that I thought, I as I was thinking through, that I did want to mention, and this is not something that I necessarily considered in the past. If you're an iPhone user, if you're an iPhone lover, I really think you'll like or love the 13 Pro Max. I really do. It feels like it's, the word I used, future-proofed. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade next year, because I don't know what Apple's going to release next year. A new camera array may not do it for me, because these cameras are no slouch. I may skip a few generations. I used to upgrade every single year. And my feeling is I could use this for a number of years and be fine and be very satisfied, assuming they don't change something else. So if the next iPhone eliminates the notch and goes with a hole punch, like, yeah, I'm in, right? No problem. Or under the, like a Touch ID, yeah, I'm in. If it reboots iOS and optimizes for something different, yeah, I'm in. But the fact that I feel that this is a future-proof device gives me an immense level of satisfaction, not buyer's remorse, despite the things that I hate about this phone, which I will document, and if I haven't already, in a separate video. So stay tuned for that.